Okay, I'm guessing you've seen the title, you know what video you're going into, so there are going to be spoilers ahead. Let's get that right out of the gate, because I think they're going to be very, very crucial going forward. And I'm not talking about little spoilers, I'm talking about the outright ending information and collector spoilers and stuff like that. So if you're okay with that, continue in the video, but I just thought I'd give you a big heads up before we go into this video, because of course, you know, spoilers and warnings and all that jazz. Hello, how are you? Welcome. We are talking another Reanimal video, but not just any video. We're going to be going over the achievements for Reanimal. And again, I didn't really think we'd be seeing this so soon, but yet here we are. But of course, let me explain how we got here. So it's no secret that Reanimal has been at Gamescom over the last few weeks, and of course, it's had a wonderful display, lots of things have been shown, a bit of demos, you know, all the usual stuff. Now, why this is so interesting is because while they do have a PR version of it in Gamescom or wherever they usually take the presentation for Reanimal, they also have a version of a demo that they can give out. Now, I know from a few of my contacts that this is under THQ's control, and they give out this demo to who they see fit. And so far, we've only seen the YouTuber Gab Smolders has been the only one to obtain this demo, and there is no plans on giving it out further from my understanding and my conversation with THQ. So unfortunately, we will not be getting our hands on that anytime soon. I was looking very forward to getting my chubby little fingers on that demo. So of course, in this video, Gab pulls up the Steam achievements list. Now, I don't know if this is intentional, I don't know if they forgot to disable the achievements, but the video is still live and the section is still in the video and live and viewable. So of course, I believe it's fine at this point. So let's talk about them, because they are very interesting. But of course, before we get into the video, if you like Reanimal videos and you like theories and things like Little Nightmares, make sure you hit subscribe, help the channel out as much as you can. I appreciate it massively. And also, there's a new YouTube hype function. I'm not 100% on how it works as of yet, but I think mobile users can click hype on the video and it helps boost the video on the hype lead. I don't know, but if you can do it, that'd be great. I'd love to see how it affects the video and things like that. But yeah, if you can do that, that'd be great. I'd appreciate it massively. Anyway, shameless YouTube promotion out of the way. Let's carry on. So some of the achievements, as we can see on the screenshot, are cut out, but I believe we can make some kind of guess as to what they are, or some type of theory for it, if you will. So the webcam cuts it off, and in the end we see the dying at all hidden statues. I have a slight hunch this could be a type of mourning achievement, and it's something like remember all the dying, or pay your respects at all the hidden statues. It's interesting because Dave Mervick does emphasize violence in Reanimal, and of course, as a result of violence, we get death a lot of times, and this looks like it's alluding to it very heavily. Beneath the masks, we do know of this because it was highlighted in previous PR footage beforehand, and I'm glad that masks are making a return, because I do love a bit of customization. I'm all for masks and the little cosmetics they do with that. I'm very impressed, and it looks like there's going to be 18 masks in total. Now, a propaganda. We need to locate and tear down all 20 posters in the game. Now, for all my non-British viewers, a propaganda is British slang for having a real good look at something. So I think with that, we might be seeing some interesting lore drops from these posters, or even some Reanimal propaganda, which I think will be super cool. Lost at sea? Travel a great distance with the boat. Now, I got really excited about achievements like this because it makes me feel like we're going to have a lot more control and choice when it comes to exploring the islands of Reanimal. And as we know, there are 3 parts to this island. If we get the freedom to go back and forth, I think that's really interesting and opens up quite a plethora of options, especially in relation to like narrative. Like, it's not a linear story by any means at that point, and it's like you can put the pieces together whenever you like, but I don't know if it's going to go that deep. But again, it looks like we're going to have to reach 10,000, and I think, especially with Unreal Engine, they're going to be 10,000 meters. give or take with that, not 100%. Rockin' Pop, break open the popcorn machine in the cinema. Glad to see that Tarsier Studios can still have a laugh when they get the chance. So, of course, I think it's going to be as self-explanatory as it is. Scared to Dust, break all petrified kids in the clock tower. This looks like we have a new level or area's name, and this for sure seems very interesting. I dread to think what kind of creature can leave these kids in a petrified state. It's also worth mentioning that I don't think this is connected to the mother level at all. I think, again, that's been highlighted a little bit in the promotional material. Shot through the heart and you're to blame. Darling, you give love a bad name. Sorry, it's like a knee-jerk reaction. I mean, who doesn't know Bon Jovi? Come on. But not entirely unrelated. I actually do think this might be an indirect or a play and a suggestion towards the mother monster. Because, of course, she doesn't love her children. She actually uses them as weapons, if you will, ammunition. Because of this, kill 10 spider kids while fighting the mother. She treats them, again, as disposable. So is this kind of like a funny, quirky comment about the mother? Which, again, I think would actually be quite funny. Now this is where it gets very, very interesting, and I have a few ideas, especially theory-wise, but I will be doing the theories separate to this video, so again, if that's something that intrigues you, please hit subscribe. Find all coffins and unlock the secret ending. Now, in my opinion, this is huge, right? We're nowhere near release, and we've got a confirmation that potentially all the kids could die. They're all in coffins. Maybe we have to break them out of the coffins. And also, there's a secret ending. Huh? We're told that the whole point of Reanimal is to venture into this violent, twisted world to save your friends, but to know that we can let them die or be too late to save them gives us an interesting position to be in. Having to find their coffins is sad. It also makes me wonder about the dialogue we hear in the trailer. Wake up, I thought you were dead, nothing lasts forever. This could all be an exchange that happens to one of these friends or in these moments. It seems that if we save all the friends, possibly, then we get the intended ending. But on the other side of that, if we leave all the friends, let them die, or, forget them, or just leave them and just move on, then we might get a much darker ending. But in turn, is that the more legitimate ending? Is that the ending that is true to the Reanimal story? The twisted, the violent, the corrupt, the basically crazy version that we know of Reanimal? Is that going to be the real ending that all the kids and friends don't get to reconnect? They eventually lose each other, and then that's the story that is told throughout the game. And again, that would be an interesting position to be in. Hidden among the pines, find all the secrets in the first act of the game. This one is, of course, a little self-explanatory. It seems to be focused on the first island, which is, of course, more outdoorsy and based in more of like the foresty areas. It's also worth mentioning that the secrets look to be classed as things like the posters, so it could mean a few things in one. It just means you've cleared the area, which is actually quite an interesting way to basically check off the area. So actually, I quite like that. Thank you, Tarsier, for putting that in. At least we won't be like running around for hours trying to figure this out or not. Hidden among rats. Now, again, similar story. Find all the secrets in the second act of the game. Again, looks to follow a similar format, which is suggesting that you get all the achievements while getting all the collectibles in the second island. And of course, onto the third island, hidden in the rubble. Find all the secrets in the third act of the game. To close it off, ends in rubble. Kind of poetic in a sense, and a very interesting choice of wording, I think. I believe this may be, and this is a very long stretch, but maybe related to the sheep creature and how it creates destruction and rubble wherever it goes, and I think that's kind of like an interesting little connection there. But anyway, take a load off, rest your legs at 10 places around the world. Now, I really like this because it shows that we're going to see areas of interest where the kids possibly can just be kids and relax in the world. And I think that gives us quite such a little insight to their personalities and how they cope in struggle in the world of Reanimal, and just to have them have that brief moment of contempt. Well, maybe not contempt, maybe that's a bit safety for it. Maybe a moment is probably the better word. But I do like that. It gives you that more human side of them again. And of course, we have 16 hidden achievements to find, all on our own. But there you have it. Some of the most interesting achievement names I've ever seen, and especially the description of most of them, very interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. I'd love to hear, again, what your conclusions are on some of the theories and some of the achievements. I'd love to hear your theories. And, of course, I'll be doing some more Reanimal theories in the future, so if you do like that, if you like the channel, if you like what you see, please make sure you hit subscribe and like. It really helps me. And with that being said, have a lovely morning, day, or night, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next Reanimal video. Bye!